welcome back to Bachelor Tea Party. I am Zuri Hall, and today we are joined, of course, by Ashley Iaconetti Haibon and Jared Haibon. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
So today we're going to break down everything from Tayshia's first night to the new guys that she got brought into the show, and also Clare and Dale's tell-all. A lot to unpack today. This was Tayshia's first official night on the show. Overall, how do you feel about kind of how it went down, all of the guys who were presented, new guys thrown into the loop too?
It was like she was born to be the Bachelorette. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody so natural and relaxed in that role on night one.
And it also, I mean, we're big supporters of Clare, but to be honest, watching last night was a little bit of a breath of fresh air because it feels like she's developing connections with multiple guys, where Clare, it was like her and Dale from day one. And, you know, we all kind of saw that coming. So it was really nice seeing like her talk to different guys and get excited about different men in the group.
We debated about, you know, whether they bring in new guys, whether they should or not. Obviously, they did bring in the new faces. Were you guys glad to see that she kind of got a fresh start with some people who weren't technically there for Clare?
Yeah, totally. I think that's why Spencer ends up getting the rose, the first impression rose, because he was there specifically for her, and she got that Cinderella moment with him that she didn't get with, 16 other guys.
And I'm also glad that Tayshia just had a little bit of a first night.
A
normal first night. You know, it wasn't like she just got thrown into the hotel with a bunch of guys that had been there for 2 weeks with a different girl. Like, they brought a limo in, they brought new guys just for her. I thought that was a really nice touch by the show.
But I also wish that there was more. You know, she's going to have a group of 20 to choose from versus a regular bachelorette would normally have about 30.
Yeah, and I like Montel. Montel's one of the new guys. He's so sweet.
So sweet. Well, we can say now that we did meet him.
Okay. You can personally confirm. Good guy.
Yeah, they showed us. Now, we're there.
Ashley, you mentioned Spencer. He got the first impression rose. It also seemed, though, that he was maybe stirring it up a little bit with Clare's original group of guys. Do you feel like he's being teed up for a villain edit?
I don't think he's going to be a full-blown villain, but I think we needed somebody spicy there to kind of get on everyone's nerves.
Okay.
I don't think he did anything that bad.
No, he has like dick vibes. Okay,
yeah,
dicky vibes.
The only thing that I didn't like all what he said was after the group day, after him and Riley got into it, and he said like something along the lines like, "If you want a couple more broken ribs, I can give it to you." Obviously, Lois agrees with us.
Agrees. Yeah. A family of one accord here.
She has very passionate feelings about Spencer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't understand why people didn't like him when he stole Tayshia away. I would have done the exact same thing. It's my first night there. These guys have already been there. Like, I want to show Tayshia that I'm here for her, so I'm going to steal her away.
Right. Do you think he's a front runner at the current moment?
I think he's a front runner, but I think he might be a first impression rose getter that doesn't go as far as they normally do.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I do agree with Ashley. He's got kind of dick vibes a little bit. Like, even though I'm defending him for his one action, I'm sure that, like, it's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how this plays out with Spencer. But in the meantime, we actually chatted with Tayshia recently, and she revealed if she felt like she was the second choice. So check this out.
And were you ever worried, since they sort of, it appeared, chose these men for Clare? Were you ever like, okay, if it's going to be me, then let me do the process my way and tell you who I'm interested in?
Right. So it was a little different this year just because with COVID and everything like that. So the guys did know who the Bachelorette was going to be. But it was a hesitation that I may have, like, you know what, maybe I might not be their type. They wanted Clare, but also at the same time, I gave myself the chance. Like, you're never going to know, you know what I mean? What if I was their type? And it worked out. So.
Oh, it worked out, did it, Tayshia?
She's so gracious. Like, I just love how sweet she is, the positive energy. It's very much like, well, let's just do it and see what happens type of vibe, which I think is sometimes one of the best things in life.
She's nobody's second pick. You know what I mean? Like, Tayshia's awesome.
So smart, so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch her.
You can tell that the guys just, like, they were so excited when she walked in. And no offense to Clare at all, and I hope she doesn't take any watching that episode, but, like, those guys weren't thinking about Clare. the second that Tayshia came in,
And
except
I
for
don't think
Jason.
you should take it like badly, because the truth is, like, I don't know if Claire was really thinking about them either after, you know.
Absolutely.
It was very mutual.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like whatever. Everyone wins in the end. They get, you know, a new Bachelorette, and Claire gets to be with, you know, her love. So I think it works out for everyone. Now, normally we would do our throwing shade segment right now, but since this episode was a bit different, obviously, so let's just go ahead and do a deep dive into Claire's tell-all instead. Claire obviously returned to the tell-all, getting engaged to Dale after just a couple of weeks, and they both talked about how it was love at first sight. So I'm curious to know, how did you guys feel about them saying, yeah, this was immediate, we were all in from day one, and now we're engaged a couple weeks later?
My favorite moment was when Chris Harrison said, you know, all of Bachelor Nation wants to know, were you guys talking before the show?
Were you lying?
Were you lying? Because what I really wanted in that moment, I needed one more don't me. I just needed one more of Harrison like asking Claire, don't me. I wish he threw that in there. I mean, I'm happy for Claire and Dale. I'm super happy for Claire. Claire is like, holy crap, she's in love.
I know, and it's probably just like one person's personality is way more extroverted, and one is a little bit more demure, subdued.
Oh, totally.
But I truly do hope that the feelings are mutual.
I think they are.
I think they are.
Claire.
I do think they are. But when they sit there, you see one person like just over the top.
You
right?
can tell the baby's comment.
I was gonna say the baby's moment. Everybody kind of was.
We're like,
went in on that.
back up.
It was so funny. She's like,
She
like he yelled it. She's like, babies.
I know. And then
He's like, we're gonna get married first.
Harrison goes, are we gonna get married or have babies first? And then she goes, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he goes, we're getting married first.
Marriage first.
But honestly, they're like, sometimes that really works out where two
Well, that's like
personalities
us.
balance each other off.
You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of like, I mean, first off, it was definitely similar to us in the way that like I felt love at first sight.
Yeah.
Dale says that he felt love at first sight. Jared didn't, but that's okay.
You got there. That's all that matters.
It's love at first sight.
Yeah,
it was just different
yeah.
for me. That's all.
Yeah, okay.
Love works in mysterious ways,
But
babe.
still, I'm like way more vocal about everything, and he's chiller, so I understand that kind of personality dynamic.
Yeah. Okay. And I was going to ask you about that, the fact that you talked about sort of the instant connection with you and Jared. So you can relate, like, you know, and some people don't emote the same way. So for all we know, he could be feeling more than he's verbalizing or expressing.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably overwhelmed with the whole scenario, you know?
I've seen on social media, they look lovey-dovey. Like he looks lovey-dovey too.
Yeah.
They've been getting a lot of really kind of unfair heat, if you ask me, from Bachelor Nation on social media, with a lot of people obviously accusing them of connecting before the show, which Chris Harrison addressed. How do you think that Claire and Dale handles those questions? Like, do you believe
I don't know why people
keep hammering that home. It's like it's
who
so
cares now? They're engaged.
They're
Like,
engaged, like,
move on.
But not only that, like every time she speaks about it, it's with like a lot of conviction.
Yeah.
I believe them full-heartedly, and she keeps swearing on her dad's grave. Like, believe me, she really wouldn't be getting in trouble if she just admitted it.
Right.
No,
Yeah, that's the thing. At this point, there's nothing to lose by owning that. I mean, maybe a few points deducted in the preserving the sanctity of the process, but like otherwise, whatever.
People
Yeah, I don't think it
responding to
talks.
the whole engagement thing weird to me. It's like, just let them be happy.
Well, I understand people being taken back by how quickly it happened.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's happened and they're engaged and like Tayshia's here and everybody's happy about that, I don't know why people are still like mad at Claire.
Yeah, it is what it is. She came out to find love. She found it. It happened quicker than she expected. That's the point of the show. So, okay, well, now it is time to play a round of roses or thorns. First moment of the night, Jason going home after admitting he still had feelings for Claire.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it. It's a rosy thorn. It's a rosy thorn.
It's a rosy thorn. We're coming in hot with a rosy
I
thorn.
get rosy thorns, babe.
It's only a rose or it's a thorn. You got to choose one.
It's a rosy thorn.
I mean,
Jared,
it's a
you go
rose.
first. You go first.
Why not? Who cares? Like he didn't. I mean,
Yeah,
I
he's into it.
yeah, he just wasn't into it, and he wanted to be with
You
Claire.
don't think he was into it?
With Tayshia?
Yeah, I think he was such a good catch. I think that he could have been into it. Just needed like a little bit more time. The thing is, I am all about like being hung up on an ex or being hung up on somebody that it didn't work out with. I can understand.
I think he was just infatuated with Claire.
But when that person is now engaged and you are no longer in the running, like there is no hope for you.
And it's only been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and you went on one date.
Yeah.
Let's just move on with Tayshia.
No. I agree with you, but I just think that like I don't think he was in love with Claire. I think he was just infatuated with Claire. He was a little bit lost. He wasn't feeling it with Tayshia, and he was like, I'm just gonna go get bounced.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be back in paradise. He doesn't find love in real life.
You said he can find love in real life.
If he doesn't find love in real life, and he seems like a total catch.
She said he'll be back on Paradise.
Okay, back on Paradise. Okay, well, we shall see. He can go mend his broken heart in the meantime. We're sending him love. Next moment, Tayshia giving Easy the rose after the group date.
I mean, we can give this moment a rose. I didn't feel passionately that like that he stood out above the rest during that group date.
No, I didn't even see him like talk to her really.
He said, I felt like I met my wife. Like he was playing he was playing a Claire card.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That was a little strong.
I thought it was too strong.
It's very sweet. It's a sweet gesture.
I thought like maybe Zach. Because didn't she go in for the kiss for him?
Oh, that's right. She did. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. And they like zoomed in on him when he didn't get the group date rose. So he was like definitely runner up.
There was a little connection.
Yeah.
Okay. So, speaking of group dates, Spencer getting called lunch meat by Riley during the group date when he got into it with the guys.
Where I'm from, a guy like Spencer, pretty boy, he's lunch meat. We didn't grow up with a whole lot, but what we had was fried bologna. That man is fried bologna sandwich with the mayonnaise all day.
Rose, absolutely, because I don't know what he was saying, but he said something about putting bologna and
he was saying
mayo
on. Because he's from
I know, Detroit?
Long Island? No. He's, I think, New York guy.
Riley? No, Riley lives in New York now, but was born in Detroit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I called him lunch meat. I don't know. They just had like a little thing going back and forth. They were just going at it. It was just two dudes that were competitive and don't like each other.
Okay, guys, roses or thorns? Tayshia's one-on-one with Brendan because he really opened up about his divorce. It seemed like they kind of bonded over that journey that they've both been through.
I loved Brendan. I was like, did not know who this guy was beforehand. Total dark horse. And I just thought that he was like.
Is that a pun? Horse?
A dark horse?
They rode horses.
Oh.
Yeah. We didn't put that together.
He's so sweet. He's like so humble and subdued. I just really like him.
Ashley said that he's not like any other guy that comes on the show.
Yeah, and
which I like.
Didn't seem that you liked that when I said that.
No, the more I thought about it, no, not that I didn't like it. I was trying to think if he was really different than a lot of guys, but he's very subdued, which I really like. He's just very.
He wasn't showy at all. He obviously has no interest in getting into drama.
And I it's gonna sound really weird, but his past I think is a good thing for Tayshia because Tayshia, I'm sure, feels very insecure about her, going through divorce and feels awkward about that. And she's vocalized that. So it's nice to know that like she met a guy who also has dealt through the same thing. So knows how Tayshia feels. Well, the real MVP, come on now, the real MVP is Chris Harrison. I mean, that dude is hustling left and right, getting coconuts, margaritas. He's scooter through the resort. Dude, Harrison is the MVP. He's just like, he's the man.
That day, they rode horses right down our road that we were on in quarantine, and so we were outside at the fence, like walking.
You see them on the tape.
Yeah, so we saw Harrison give out the coconuts.
Yeah.
So roses for Brendan. Roses for Brendan.
Oh, so many roses for Brendan.
2 big roses up.
And lastly, the insane super tease. Seems like there's going to be a lot of drama next week. Before we go into the fact that you guys pop up in it, roses or thorns for the super tease.
Oh, the super tease.
Oh.
Roses for the super tease.
I want to know who the guy that her dad is talking about. That he's like, no, not him. Bad news. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's Spencer.
I was gonna say maybe it comes full circle. He really leans into this whole villain thing later on.
I was gonna say that it looks like we're getting the antithesis of the Claire part of the season, with Tayshia's part of the season because she seems torn among so many men. She can't do it. She can't make this decision.
Okay, we'll see. Well, we saw you two in the Super Teas. So what can you Super Teas right here on Bachelor Tea Party? What can you give us about the appearance?
What we can tease is that Tayshia is looking for a grown-ass man.
Oh,
Very
that's good. That's good. Thanks for
Put the guys through some tests. And
Okay.
they're all very fun tests that actually can help her get to know the kind of quality that they are.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Okay, well, we can't wait to watch it. Ashley, Jared, as always, thank you so much. This wraps up this episode of Bachelor Tea Party. Make sure you guys follow us on the Bachelor Tea Party Facebook page. In the meantime, we'll see you next week for another episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.